Reasons why there are many difficult to handle students in the public schools. It's Deped opinions. First, the reason or factor is neglected by their parents. There are some parents who neglected their duties as a parents to their children. They are physically present but they can never be reached by their children. This is rampant in our students in public schools, wherein sometimes the parents gave all the responsibilities to teachers even though it is their responsibility to guide their children at home. Teachers are only the second parents. The real parents should be the first one to inculcate the different values needed for their children to progress in life. Other parents are busy in their work and busy earning to the extent that they disregard their children's whereabouts. This is why there are students who are emotional in the classroom, and even we call them papansin, or those who like to always catch the attention of others. In short, attention seeker. Neglected students often resort to do things which will make them the center of attraction. Teachers find it difficult to handle these cases sometimes, but it takes a lot of effort to properly guide the students neglected. Second reason is when the parents get separated. This is very common in our classroom setting where both parents separated. Then, the most painful part is that the children were left to the custody of their grandparents because the mother and the father both have new families. The children are then scared and left without anyone whom they can trust except for their grandparents or if still alive. Most students who are left because their parents got separated are very emotional. They cry at the sight of very little problems. Other students resort to suicide. It is very difficult on the part of a teacher to handle suicidal students. Others even become more complicated and get pregnant early. These are all because no one guides them to the right path. Third reason is abused students. There are different kinds of abuse we can think of, but most common in the public schools are those abused verbally or physically. This reason may be rare, but it really happened to some of the students that led them to become more difficult to handle because of what they are going through, or rape victim students, for example. It may be physical, emotionally, or verbally. As long as a student is abused, he or she will not behave like a normal student inside the classroom. Fourth reason is bullied students. Though most of us experience bullying in schools, but those are bullied to the highest level may be affected mentally or emotionally. It is never easy for a bullied student to cope up with everyday life, having endured the pain of being bullied by anybody, most commonly the classmates. Bullied students tend to become more violent and emotional, and some others are suicidal. Fifth reason is when students who work to help feed their families despite young age. Those students who are always absent in your class because of their responsibility at an early age. In most cases in the public schools, students who work to help their families or become the breadwinner are more difficult to handle in the sense that you need to always follow up the whereabouts because most of them only report school once a week, or some others even thrice a month only. Sixth reason, less fortunate students who lacks energy because they are not fed with the right amount of food. There are students who go to school hungry because their family can only afford a little. This will surely affect the mental ability of the student for sure. Or I have students, they are siblings and they cannot read properly and they always got low scores during exam because of this reason. Some teachers will have to feed these students sometimes to help them comprehend their discussions. Classroom teachers who have 40 to 50 students to look up to like his or her own children should really be patient enough to handle different behavior and personality of the students. It is really important to know wholeheartedly each individual student to better understand them and help them survive in this modern circle of education. I still believe that it is up to the students on how to succeed in life, but without a teacher's guidance, a student can never be completed physically, mentally, and emotionally. As a teacher, you have to touch the lives of your students and let them realize which path they like to go in the near future.